Hello guys, Sue Jerry speaking. Welcome to LJPCBM episode number 853. Now last episode I said 853. Now it's not 853 last episode, it's 852. Now this is 853. Much better. So yeah. As today we react to OddGamer Sonic Riders. Let's react to this beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Let's turn this down. Maybe. Focus up. Okay, hold on. Wait, written by, okay, Sonic Riders written by, Lucas Bradley and Steph, who is the last name? Snafner. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, continue on. Title card design is Dakota Edwards Dakota. Okay, makes more sense. Directed by Lucas Bradley. Okay, makes more sense. Anyway.
Hello, internet viewers. I'm the Fairly OddGamer. Even though I mostly review licensed games, I want to step away from these games for a while and focus more on other games. For example, I could review something from a video game series that I really love, like a game from the Sonic the Hedgehog series.
Wow,
okay. Video game debut in 1991 on the Sega Genesis as competition against Nintendo's mascot Mario. During that time, Nintendo released its own 16-bit console, an updated version of the already popular Nintendo Entertainment System called the Super NES. In the long run, Sega ended up dominating the video game market over Nintendo. Fast forward to 15 years later when Sonic was not doing very well and was considered by some fans as Sonic's worst year of all time.
Especially the fact that at the time, hold on, yes, that it was Angry Video Game Nerd's worst gameplays of all time. It was basically the best episodes ever. Continue on.
The most anticipated project, Sonic 06, became one of the most infamous projects. Remind you of anyone? They even released a port of Sonic the Hedgehog on the Game Boy Advance called Sonic Genesis, which also bombed. Don't believe?
Wow.
Some Call Me Johnny's review. It's hilarious, and I recommend you give it a watch.
Which is part of the LJPCBM Reacts episodes very soon. Continue on.
A couple of games were considered good games during that year. One of which is a game that I personally enjoyed, but other people seem to not like. That game is Sonic Riders.
Wow. Okay.
Released in February of the same year, Sonic Riders was another attempt at trying their hand at a racing game. Up until that point, Sega made 2 Sonic Drift games for the Game Gear, as well as Sonic R for the Sega Saturn. I purchased this game at a Best Buy that year, and I found myself enjoying this game. While it was difficult at first, I managed to get better at this game as time went on, almost completing the game 100%. So is this game still considered good during Sonic's 15th anniversary? Let's find out.
Okay. Sega, created by Sonic Team. Continue on.
Begin an anime-style intro that looks slightly better than Sonic.
Man!
Check the music. Now, this is where I talk about the game's story. And since I know the game's story by heart, I'll try to do the story in chronological order. So, let's get started. And try to keep up. In a serious blimp, we see a flock of birds known as the Babylon Rose, consisting of Jet the Hawk, Wave the Swallow, and Storm the Albatross, as they find a transparent cube which they think holds the key to the fabled Babylon Garden. However, Storm and Wave tell Jet that Eggman wants to see him because he heard a rumor that they have the key to the Babylon Garden. Eggman tells Jet that the key to the Babylon Garden is the 7 Chaos Emeralds, but Eggman also tells Jet about Sonic being the fastest creature on Earth.
Wow.
He may be the fastest creature on the ground, but in the air, with me and my extreme gear, he's just a joke.
Wow. Not even funny, dude.
Meanwhile, in Future City, Sonic tells Knuckles find a Chaos Emerald which the Babylon Rogues have apparently stolen. After Knuckles knocks Storm off his gear, Sonic goes after Jet as he shows off his extreme gear skills. Unfortunately, Jet attacks Sonic, therefore knocking him off his extreme gear.
You're supposed to be the fastest thing alive? He's the fastest!
Oh my god!
Suddenly, Eggman appears the next day as he holds a racing tournament called the X-World Grand Prix.
Not just a race, but a special race to see who's the fastest.
Also, is it just me, or am I seeing a Sonic render from Sonic Heroes, as well as a screenshot of Sonic being chased by a whale in Sonic Adventure DX? It might be a coincidence, but it's something to point out.
All contestants pay a simple entry fee of 1 Chaos Emerald, and the winner takes it all.
Now, knowing the logic of every Sonic game, there's a total of 7 Chaos Emeralds, so that Sonic is about to participate in the tournament, then who's the 7th participant?
Wow.
After Sonic wins his race, Sonic and his friends enter Splash Canyon, still trying to figure out why Eggman is holding this tournament. Oh, hi, Amy. Wait, she's the 7th participant?
Don't tell
Wow.
me you signed up too.
Of course, it really looks exciting and fun. Why wouldn't I join?
Because you have to be in every modern Sonic game, right? Okay.
Not in these
almost
games.
every
Oh, okay. Hold on. One moment. Okay. Sonic Rivals 2. What is PSP? Okay. Sonic Hedgehog 4. What is this? Sonic Rise Adventure. Okay, continue on.
Okay, almost every modern Sonic game. Anyway,
Okay.
Tails finds out that the mark in one of the hoverboards was actually a symbol for Babylon.
Wow.
Yes, the mark of the Babylon Rogues.
And tells the backstory of the Babylon Rogues as seen in rock carvings, which is
Uh-huh.
incredible by the way, as well as them being extreme gear specialists.
Still, how can a flight like that just float?
That's easy to explain. According to the Cutter-Chukowski lift theorem, the control surface flow is balanced by the inverse kinetics of the...
I know Knuckles is supposed to be angry here, but am I the only one who thinks he's being possessed at the same time? Anyway, Wade walks by and begins to diss Tails about the extreme gear he made.
Well, I never imagined anyone would enter the race with such a piece of junk. Oh, that girl! Who does she think she is?
So Wade meets Amy as Knuckles is in the storm in the lava factory, or egg factory as the gang calls it, and about to get into battle. Unfortunately, they end up destroying an innocent robot instead. But suddenly they hear the announcement that the next race is about to start.
The track then. We'll settle this there. Looking forward to it.
So Knuckles beats Storm in the race, and Storm runs back crying to his boss, believing that Knuckles cheated by using some special gear.
Wow.
Are you implying that you lost because of my gear? Accepted, buddy. It's not the board. Your skills just suck.
Stop it! Anyway, Jet sends Storm out to find out what Eggman's secrets are.
Hey, before you go, bring something back or don't return it all.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, Jet begins to relax as Wave impatiently paces the ground waiting for Storm.
Just sit down and relax. Chill, Wave.
Really, Jet? How can you be so relaxed at a time like this?
So Jet gets tired of Wave's sped up speech as he spots Sonic from a distance and sneaks away.
Hey, Jet! You come back here right now!
Actually, what was Wave saying in sped up gibberish? If you slow it down, you can understand what she's really saying.
ごめんなさい。まさかこんな素人みたいなセッティングで参加するなんて。
Of course! They never translated the slow down gibberish.
Wow.
It's just Wave saying random lines in Japanese from the earlier cutscenes. It's not a secret message or anything, it's just random lines from the game.
Why do I even bother?
Meanwhile, Sonic shows off his tricks to Tails and Knuckles as he gets interrupted by Jet.
Not very impressive for someone of your reputation.
After Jet hops off the tree, Tails decides to go out and uncover the secret of the extreme gears for them. Meanwhile, Storm returns to Jet and finds an entry to Eggman's diary about the story of a boy who received wings as a gift in order to rule the world. Not by a long shot. After Jet begins to daydream of having gold riches with a similar sound effect. Let me quickly bring up something that needs to be brought up.
Okay.
The game's main composer is Tomonori Sawada, who also did the sound effects for not only this game, but also some for Sonic Heroes. Maybe this was a sound effect he made for Sonic Heroes and wanted to use it for this game. Who knows?
Who knows,
Wade
yep.
tells Jet to go back to the race, which is the last race of the tournament.
And it says here, in Sand Ruin.
And what's it like, you may ask? Well, in the words of Anakin Skywalker,
Its cores.
Wow. Wow.
and it gets everywhere.
Hold on. Kind of reminds me of what I saw from Initial Suspect video, which I was a patron there. It used to be. Continue on.
With the race being so close, it looks like Sonic is about to win the race, right? Nope. Sonic's gear explodes, resulting in Jet winning the race.
Wow.
Actually, before I move on, let's talk about why Sonic's gear exploded. You see, Wade placed a bomb underneath Sonic's gear while expecting it in Splash Canyon. After Tails beat Wave in the tournament, Wave was hiding behind a rock detonating the bomb as Sonic was inches away from winning the tournament. In other words,
She's totally cheating! I mean,
Oh boy.
cheating!
so
Yeah.
Chaos Emeralds via the translucent box and used the power of the Chaos Emeralds to summon the Babylon Garden from its sandy grave. But Eggman steals the box, and everyone chases after Eggman. Meanwhile, Omochao gives the news report in Metal City.
We'll try and get more details right after this important announcement.
Sonic then finds Eggman riding a scooter bike, and Tails tosses to Sonic an updated version of his gear.
Thinking ahead, Tails? Thanks.
You're
Sonic
welcome.
catches up to Jet and beats him in the race.
Even without wings, I can still fly.
Wow.
Well...
Whew.
I beg to differ on that. While that's going on, everyone else arrives in Babylon Garden as Knuckles and Storm prepare their battle. However, they're spotted by a robot and chases after them.
Forget
Wow.
the red mutt. Let's go, Storm.
Did she say red mutt?
I think she means the robot, not you.
Yes.
Eggman holds Amy hostage and is about to uncover the secret, but Sonic attacks Eggman the same way he was attacked earlier by Jet. Is this like in Sonic Adventure 2 when he learned Chaos Control just by watching Shadow do it? Anyway, Sonic tosses the box to Jet, but he doesn't want it because, well, he lost. But they insist on taking it anyway because, why?
Treasure is treasure.
So Sonic and his friends plan on leaving, but Amy returns in an angry manner to Sonic.
How could you dive into Eggman knowing I was there?
Meanwhile, the Babylon rogues open the door as Sonic and his friends hear a loud roar from afar, which is coming from inside the building. Sonic gets interested as they hover to the door and into the room.
Look, Sonic, the door's closing.
Darn,
Wow.
we're not gonna make it. Let's speed up.
They make it to the room on time as we see that the roaring was coming from the Babylon Guardian. Now, for
Wow.
those who don't know, the Babylon Guardian is known as Angelus and is sworn to protect the treasure of Babylon from any intruders, even if the intruders are fellow Babylonians.
Mm-hmm.
After defeating the Guardian, he disintegrates into a treasure chest. However, the celebration falls short when Eggman catches them at gunpoint. It turns
Wow.
out that the treasure of Babylon is actually
A magic carpet.
leading to what
Wow.
some people would say after playing this game.
I can't believe I just wasted my time for this piece of junk.
So they leave Babylon Garden as they manage to head their way back home.
You hate me fastest. For now. But I'll be back.
Wow.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
And that concludes the story mode of Sonic Riders. On to the gameplay.
Wow.
To be
Kinda reminds me of
honest,
Batman
the controls
difference.
can be a bit odd when you first play this game, but once you get used to the controls, you will eventually become better at this game. There's a tutorial video you can watch to learn the basic controls, but there's really nothing else except for the manual. Assuming you're not playing story mode, you start off by selecting a character and an extreme gear suitable for your character. You get a 5-second countdown and the race begins. However, you want to make sure that you exit the start gate the exact moment when the race starts. Otherwise, you get electrocuted and delays your start time. It's is gassing out when you start your boost too soon in Mario Kart. The characters are always equipped with a specific extreme gear, whether it's a hoverboard, skates, or a bike. Think of it as surfing,
Okay.
except you're on air instead of on water. Huh.
Very.
Normally, whenever I mention surfing, that's when my companion OddGamer would run by and tell me because he is a surfing dog after all.
Mm-hmm.
And that must be him now. Come in.
Did somebody say surfing?
Oh, hey, Ox, what's up?
Nothing much.
Hmm.
I thought you said something about surfing. So maybe I take a moment to talk about my experience with surfing.
Can you talk about it later, Hux? I'm a little busy right now.
Whoa, sorry, dude. Didn't mean to interrupt.
It's alright, Hux. You did nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Anyway, later, dude.
Wow.
Weird. Anyway, you finished your last around a racetrack, and the goal is to finish in first place against 7 other competitors, whether it's a different character or a miscellaneous Eggman robot. However, Eggman's voice is different in the game. Even though Mike Pollock provides the voice in the story cutscenes, his voice in the gameplay has Dean Briscoe's recycled lines from Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay, makes
Your
sense.
extreme gear uses air as its fuel source and gradually depletes as you continue racing. Most of the time you dash, which costs you a significant amount of air, and dashing into an opponent will attack and stun your opponent for a brief period of time. You also use air by making sharp turns or building up your air while making a jump, which allows you to perform tricks in the air. You then rank based on how many tricks you perform, and if you're able to stick the landing. If your gear runs out of air, then you start running on foot, which ends up slowing you down. You can gain air by running into pit stops, or by successfully performing tricks whether from a ramp or from an opponent's slipstream, or turbulence as the game calls it. You can also collect rings to purchase new gears from the shop, and collecting enough rings will not only level up your character, but will also extend the capacity of your air tank located on the bottom right corner of your screen.
Wow.
Let's talk about the story mode gameplay for a moment. You only need to finish within the top 3 places for the first 2 hero stages, but you have to finish first for the rest of the game. Except for the Babylon Guardian stage, but I'll get to that later. If you somehow fail a mission, then you have to start the stage again from the beginning. The stages look nice, and it has a different way of making each track more special, except that the stages look much different in the Babylon story. Metal City gives you the high energy of racing in a futuristic metropolis, while Night Chase is the gameplay version of the first cutscene from the hero story. Also, the cars look like they came from that arcade game Smashing Drive. Splash Canyon and Red Canyon have different textures as if they take place within a different time of day, and they also have slightly different track designs, but they're still very similar to each other. Egg Factory has elements of fire, while Ice Factory has, well, ice. But I do love the music of the stage, though. Green Cave and White Cave doesn't have much of a difference except for a color change. Like the Metal City stages, Sand Ruins and Dark Desert mostly have the day and night differences. One thing I don't really like about Sand Ruins is when you're about to finish first, but it doesn't let you finish because of story purposes. But hey, that's only if you're playing the hero story in story mode. After that, there's the Babylon Garden and Sky Road. It's pretty much the same level, so let's just skip it. Anyway, let's talk about the music. It's amazing. As I mentioned before, the opening theme song Speed Riders has some elements of techno rock, though I don't understand why the singer sounds like he's being punched in the stomach.
Wow. Wow, okay.
Another track I enjoy is Eggman's theme because it has the anticipation of Eggman arriving and showing up. It's actually pretty clever the more I think about it. Okay, now let's talk about the boss stage, Babylon Guardian. You have to defeat the Guardian 3 times in order to beat the level. However, you can't progress to the next lap until you damage the boss by boosting into this bulb-like lamp. Also, every time you damage the boss, the track transforms into a digital Tron-like track. So basically the Babylon Guardian is, and I quote the Sonic Wiki page, a holographic security system made by Babylonians. In addition to Babylon Guardian, there's Digital Dimension, which you unlock after defeating the boss in story mode. In addition to the area that looks very much like the Guardian stage, you're also transferred to an angelic Babylon heaven. Other levels include Sega Carnival and Sega Illusion in celebration of Sonic's 15th anniversary. Wow. References include Super Monkey Ball, Nights into Dreams, Space Channel 5, Choo Choo Rocket, Billy Hatcher, Crazy Taxi. Hey, Nova has some fun with Crazy Sega. There are by doing other game modes, which I'll explain very quickly. World Grand Prix has...
Hold on. Watch this, Marshall. Crazy Taxi for you, buddy. Continue on.
In all 5 stages from each story mode and come in first place in every race in order to receive a medallion. Mission mode has you perform tasks such as performing tricks for a crowd, collecting pieces of junk, grinding, flying, punching, the list goes on. There's nothing much except unlocking II from Super Monkey Ball, Blue 11 Space Channel 5, and Knights from, well, Knights. Survival mode has 2 stages, race and battle. Race stages have you pick up an emerald and win by passing through the most gates with the emerald by you. The battle stage is pretty much battle mode. No more, no less. Finally, there's tag mode. 2 players are the same air tank, and you have to keep up with your partner, and you get shocked every time you're too far away from your partner. You win by having you and your partner get to the finish line before the other team. So after over 10 years, does Sonic Riders still hold up as a good game? Well, yes.
Okay.
I understand why people don't like this game as much as I do, but I personally think it's an okay game. It's not aged well, but it's something I could play to waste my time. The controls are decent, except for making sharp turns at some points.
Makes sense.
The music is okay, and the level design is pretty good. Don't believe me? Play the game and see for yourself.
Good.
Now, I know that there are other games in the Sonic Riders series, but that's for another time. I'm the Fairly Odd Gamer, and I wish you good luck for the rest of your day or night, wherever you are. Take care, everyone.
So that was... Oh, hold on.
He's light. Looks like Shadow just grew away. He's light.
Behold, I can fly.
For real this time? So that was for Very Odd Gamer's Sonic Wires. Hold on. One moment. Shao can fly, Cortesia, clip Cortesia of Shao 759. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Wasn't sure about that. Continue on. Okay, makes more sense. Anyway. Okay. Very Odd Gamer. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, credit that goes to him on LJPCBM's episode. But anyway, next. Sorry. Okay, that makes more sense. Anyway. So that was free about this episode. It was amazing. So far, this video was a successful episode. And that was LJPCBM's episode number 853. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be the top 10 Sonic games for you guys to enjoy on Very Odd Gamer. Till next time, Sue Joseph, bye, peace out, baby. We're going to LJPCBM episode. Till Wednesday out. See ya.
to me. This life I'll never take for granted. And given all the time I failed to really understand it, I never sought to meet the maker of reality, the one who gave the life that which is always happening. But I tried all the time. Why was I the one to see things as I do under the moonlight and the sun? Perception is the question, and the giver holds the key.